Ayan wasn't perfect. No groom is. But he was far from what Alina's father painted him to be. He was kind in ways that people rarely noticed. He was gentle even when life wasn't. He was loyal to the point of hurting himself. I met Ayan 3 months before the wedding, when Alina introduced him to me nervously, afraid I wouldn't approve. He had walked in with a simple smile, adjusting his tie, shaking my hand like he was greeting a queen. "Nice to meet you, Zara," he said softly. "Thank you for being like a sister to Alina." That day, something unusual happened. We were sitting at a cafe, laughter filling the space, when a little girl from the next table spilled her milkshake all over his expensive shirt. Her mother panicked. The girl burst into tears. But instead of getting angry, Ayan removed his jacket, wrapped it around the crying child's shoulders, and said, "Don't worry, clothes are cheap, smiles are not." From that moment, I knew he was genuine. But Alina's father, Mr. Jamel, he hated him from day one. Why? Because to him, success was measured in money, status, and business deals. And Ayan, he came from a middle-class family, working 2 jobs to support his mother and younger brother. Mr. Jamel always wanted a rich son-in-law, not a hard-working one. At every gathering, he belittled Ayan. "Do you even know how to run a business? Are you sure you're smart enough for my daughter? Middle-class boys dream too big." Each insult hit Ayan, but he never reacted, never raised his voice, never fought back, never complained. And that's what frustrated me the most. He suffered silently because he wanted peace for Alina. But he didn't know something. Something I knew. Something dark, buried deep inside the Jamel family. 2 years before this wedding, I discovered a truth I never intended to find. It started with a late-night call. Alina, crying hysterically. "My dad, he's not who you think he is," she whispered shakily. When I reached her house, she handed me a packet of old documents and letters. Her hands were trembling. "Zara, promise me you won't tell anyone?" Inside those papers was the secret. Mr. Jamil had been hiding a second family. Yes, a wife he had abandoned 20 years ago, a son he never acknowledged, a life he erased because he was chasing wealth and status. The letters were from that abandoned son, pleading for recognition, for help, for just one meeting with his father. But Jamil threw them away, ignored them, destroyed them, until last year, when that same son died in an accident, alone, poor, unloved. And the final letter? It was addressed to Alina. "Dear sister," it said, "I wish you never know this pain. I hope one day our father becomes the man you believe he is." That night, Alina collapsed into my arms, crying like a child. "My dad ruined lives, Zara, and nobody knows." She begged me to stay silent, at least until she understood what to do. And I kept that promise. Until her father insulted the man she loved, until he shouted, "Idiot," in front of the world, until he played the role of a nobleman while hiding the sins of a lifetime. That was the moment my patience ended. Back to the wedding hall. The music had stopped. The air was thick with tension. Ayan stood frozen, Alina crying silently beside him. "Your daughter deserves better," her father continued. "This man has no class, no money, no intelligence. He is an embarrassment." Before Ayan could speak, I stepped forward. My heels echoed on the stage floor as I walked toward the microphone. "Enough, uncle," I said, my voice calm but razor-sharp. "You've insulted him enough. Now it's your turn to hear the truth." The guests leaned in. Alina grabbed my hand. Her eyes were begging me not to, but her lips said nothing. "Do you think Ayan is unworthy?" I asked loudly. "Do you think he is an embarrassment?" I turned toward the crowd. "Let me tell you who the real embarrassment is." Mr. Jamil stiffened. This man, who was insulting Ayan today, left his first family to struggle. He abandoned them for money and status. He ignored his own son's letters for years, and when that son died, he didn't even attend the funeral. Silence. Pure, suffocating silence. People looked at each other in shock. Alina's father's face turned white. "How dare you?" he shouted. "How dare you? How dare you call a good man an idiot when you have destroyed lives?" Women in the crowd gasped. Some held their hands to their mouths. But you know what hurts the most? That son you abandoned, he wrote a letter to Alina, a letter she still keeps, a letter begging for the love you never gave him. The hall erupted into whispers. Alina stepped forward, her voice breaking. "Dad, everything she said is true." Her father stumbled back, clutching a chair for support. Ayan held her hand gently. "This wedding will not be ruined because of your lies. Ayan has never hurt anyone, but you've hurt everyone." The guests stared at the father who once held so much power, now stripped bare in front of them all. The wedding continued, not with loud music, not with wild celebration, but with real love. Ayan and Alina exchanged vows with tears in their eyes. When Ayan spoke, his voice shook. "I never wanted to take revenge," he said, "because your daughter taught me kindness. Your daughter taught me love." He looked at Alina's father, silently watching from the corner. "But today, I want you to know, I would never have disrespected you, even when you insulted me, because I believe a man's worth is not measured by money. It is measured by heart." Those words hit harder than any insult ever could. After the ceremony, an unexpected thing happened. Her father approached Ayan slowly, his eyes red, his voice weak. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I've done terrible things. I was wrong about you. I was wrong about everything." Ayan didn't say anything. He simply nodded. Forgiveness isn't easy, but sometimes silence is enough. Later that night, Alina hugged me tightly. "You saved my wedding. You saved my heart." "No," I said softly. "You both saved each other." From that day forward, something changed. Ayan earned everyone's respect, not because he fought back, but because he stayed kind, stayed patient, stayed true. Alina's father? He sought therapy. He reached out to his abandoned wife. He visited his son's grave. For the first time in decades, he cried, and every tear was a step forward. Love didn't just win that day. Truth did. The hall froze. The violins, the chatter, the laughter, everything fell silent. 500 guests turned toward the stage where the bride's father stood trembling with rage, pointing straight at the groom. "This idiot doesn't deserve my daughter," he shouted. Gasps rippled across the hall. The bride, Alina, turned pale. The groom, Ayan, lowered his head, his hands shaking slightly. And I, Zara, the maid of honor and Alina's closest friend, felt something inside me snap. Because I knew something the father didn't know. Something that would tear apart the very foundation of this family. A secret so powerful that once exposed, nothing would ever be the same. But before I opened my mouth, before I revealed the truth that would shatter the entire wedding, let me take you back to the beginning, to the day this story